Hey! Hi, how you doing? This is Ryan, and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. Now, I know I've only just recently returned to YouTube, so maybe it's a bit too early for me to be asking favors, but I shall ask regardless. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that many of you will be actually quite eager to participate. Now, while admittedly, I am one of those humanitarian hippy-dippy types, peace and love and friendship and respect and all that jazz, I love love. However, every once in a while, sometimes, you've gotta fight fire with fire. In the eternally wise words of one of my favorite political commentators,
it really is tit-for-tat childishness. That's the only way you win. If the enemy goes low, you deadass have to give them a warning of like, if you go low, that means I can kick you in the mouth, right? You know that, right? And I'm gonna kick you in the mouth, so you know the next time you go low, I'm gonna kick you in the nose. I'm gonna stomp your head out. Stop going low, keep it civilized, keep it functional, behave yourself, and I won't pop you in the mouth. I won't kick you in the nose. How about that?
which finally leads us to that little favor I've been building up to. So, here's the deal. If you see anyone online or in real life who unironically uses the term Friendslop to describe multiplayer co-op games, I need you to bully them, mock them, belittle them mercilessly, leave no quarter. I want the usage of the word Friendslop to become a mark of shame. I will not. I refuse to let this propaganda propagate in gaming discourse dialect, if I can help it. God damn it, you guys. I go to slave away 9 to 5 retail for a couple years, and when I come back, you kids are making up some new derogatory bullshit terms for something as simple as co-op multiplayer video games. Oh, can you kids just be normal? We don't need new slang for everything. Learn English. If you're looking for a new word to describe something, it's in a goddamn thesaurus. But besides the term friendslop just being meaningless drivel, it also pisses me off for a couple other reasons. One of those reasons being the bizarre mental gymnastics people are trying to pull in proclaiming that friendslop games aren't actually bad games, that friendslop isn't actually a derogatory term. The title of this video reads, "Friendslop is cringe," only for its description right underneath it to read, "Friendslop is not cringe, it is the future of gaming." Ava, please make up your fucking mind. Friendslop is an unofficial title given to the microgenre of games like... No, stop right there. This is not a microgenre. It's not a genre. These are just co-op multiplayer games. Friendslop. It's an indie game genre picking up steam. No, it's not. Nope. The invention of co-op multiplayer party games didn't spring into existence with Lethal Company, R.E.P.O, and Peak. Tell me you don't play any video games and that you're a grifter without telling me you don't play any video games and that you're a grifter. Tell me, everyone, is Jackbox Friendslop? Is Left 4 Dead Friendslop? Is Mario Party Friendslop? They're all games that encourage you to get a group of people together to play the game with. Why are those games not getting lumped into the friendslop category? Recency bias at its finest. Also, why are we just ignoring the big multiplayer co-op boom of the 2020 pandemic era with games like Fall Guys and Phasmophobia coming out to great success, and Among Us blowing up and becoming popular around that time? A surge of multiplayer co-op games coming out and becoming mainstream is nothing new. You people just have the attention span of goldfish. There is no friendslop epidemic. There is no rise of friendslop. We don't need to talk about friendslop. There's nothing to talk about. We don't need to stop friendslop. There's nothing to stop. And friendslop is most certainly not ruining gaming. Ava, please stop with the clickbait, girl. They're just co-op multiplayer games. For the love of God, people, the original Twitter user, Bloody Mary, who coined the term friendslop, their tweet is what started all this bullshit. They even admitted in a follow-up reply tweet on the very same day this tweet was posted and started blowing up on the internet, they themselves even said it was a fucking joke. It was a joke, and you people are taking it so seriously and running with it. Why are we letting a random joke tweet influence our dialect, terminology, and categorization of video games? Shame! Shame upon anyone who has propagated this nonsense, from the average user, player, whatever, to the content creators and the grifters. Shame! Shame on you all. The term slop is inherently derogatory. There's no way you can spin this to make it endearing in any sort of way. Slop is inherently derogatory. It implies laziness. It implies low quality. It implies it not being good for you. It implies it's something that you should avoid. Why the hell do you think people call AI-generated content AI slop? It's derogatory. It's meant to be derogatory. When you get food on your plate that looks unappealing, that looks like an ugly, unedible mess, you call it slop. What are pigs usually given to eat, besides oats?
Brother, may I have some oats? No. I am starving, brother.
That's right, slop. We feed pigs slop. Pigs love slop. They're sloppers. What do we call a messy blowjob? Yep, that's right, slopping. The word slop is inherently derogatory. When you call these co-op multiplayer games Friendslop, you are telling people these are bad products, they are low quality, stay away from them. Even if somehow, through some bizarre mental gymnastics, that was not your intent when describing these games as Friendslop, subconsciously, when someone hears that, that will be their first internalized impression. I know when I personally hear someone describe a video game as Friendslop, my first internal impression, my first unsubstantiated assumption is that, oh, they mean this game is bad. They mean this game is low effort, it's of poor quality. And why would I not assume that? You just described it as slop. Even if I consciously know and am aware of the origin of Friendslop, that it's a bullshit term that's based off of a joke tweet, if some random Joe Schmo comes up to me and says, oh, this game, it's Friendslop, my brain is immediately going to translate to, this game is bad. You cannot separate the word slop from its origin. It is inherently derogatory. It is inherently negative. Why do you think fascists and incels love using the term slop to describe everything they don't like? Again, why do you think everyone uses AI slop to describe AI-generated content? When you see the word slop, your brain inherently associates that with something of poor quality. It doesn't matter how many YouTube videos you people make trying to convince me this is a term of endearment, that this is some sort of useful classification. It's not. Friendslop is pure laziness. This word is built on a foundation of pure laziness. You're too lazy to describe or have a conversation about a particular multiplayer game, so you just slap on a new word that's quick and dismissive. God forbid we actually have to communicate with each other and use our brains to form some sort of basic oral thesis. Using the term Friendslop is intellectual indolence. To top it all off, video games like Lethal Company, R.E.P.O, and Peak, they're more than just co-op multiplayer games that you play with your friends. There's a reason these games blew up in popularity. There's a reason so many people love these games. They have compelling visuals, engaging atmosphere, gameplay loops that encourage replayability and mastery over deep mechanics. These are good video games. They are well-made video games. They deserve more, and they deserve better than just being called Friendslop. I think it's about time we address the title of this video, eh? I know, we're almost 10 minutes in, but context is important. The word Friendslop is propaganda in the same way the phrase video games are dying, video games are dead is propaganda. It's demoralization. The grifter, the demagogue, the rabble-rouser, the agitator, the inciter, the fomenter, someone who gains power by appealing to people's emotions, prejudices, and fears to stir up political passions. These people want to keep you sad and angry. These people want to keep you demoralized. You see, co-op multiplayer games like Lethal Company, R.E.P.O, and Peak completely contradict their established narratives. The video game industry is dying. No one's buying and playing video games anymore. The video game industry is going to crash. Each of these games, Lethal Company, R.E.P.O, and Peak, each of them sold over 10 million copies. Oops! where these grifters, these demagogues, these propagandists are so committed to keeping everyone divided and angry and afraid, these games actively push back on their bullshit. They bring people together. They form massive communities around having fun, working together to accomplish goals. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what you identify as, we're all here to collect scrap for the company, make money for the taxman, or reach the peak. Sure, you can play all of these games single player and they're valid experiences in their own right, but they're arguably far more difficult as well. Whereas if you play these games in co-op, whether it be with friends or even strangers, working together, being selfless, helping one another, making up for each other's weaknesses, it can lead to success, even against seemingly overwhelming odds. Some of you may think what I'm saying right now sounds ridiculous, and you have every right to think that, but I believe that these games inspire hope and they inspire empathy. And that is poison to the grifter, that is poison to the demagogue. It's why they're trying so hard to get this Friendslop propaganda to stick. They want to use Friendslop, they want to use this word, they want to use this terminology as a weapon to dismiss any popular cooperative multiplayer game that threatens their narratives. They want us divided, they want us angry, they want us hopeless. I say, fuck that. Fuck these sniveling, opportunistic losers. Anyone who unironically uses the term Friendslop, bully them. Bully them mercilessly. Support and play cooperative multiplayer games with your friends, have fun, have a good time. Please help promote intellectual and fruitful dialogue around gaming. Video games are a beautiful, one-of-a-kind medium capable of incredible things. They are so much more than just slop. Anyways, that's been a video. Thank you for watching. If you did indeed like the video in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment in the comment section down below. It helps the video out a lot. Please be sure to share the video on social media, Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, Discord, wherever. And hey, if you want to help me out and help me keep doing this YouTube thing, maybe even make this a full-time gig, consider making a donation via YouTube Super Thanks or clicking on the links to my Buy Me a Coffee and Ko-Fi in the description. Anyways, once again, that's been a video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.